need to get to is Innovate Chatham and Innovate Carolina. I've got the president here, and
well, we're Innovate Chatham.
I know.
Innovate Carolina runs a lot of meetings in this beautiful space here.
Right.
That's
how it started.
Oh, okay.
It started with Innovate Carolina.
Yeah, Innovate Carolina has a great name, and I think one of the people that was working with us in the beginning suggested Innovate Chatham for a name, and we thought it was great. And then we found out there's Innovate Carolina, and we're like, well, it's still great.
No, it's all right.
It's a great name.
Innovate Chatham is better. All right, give us the lowdown on Innovate Chatham.
All right, so we do a variety of things. So digital inclusion plan, we're like trying to steer that and take the lead on that for right now. But we do some other things, like we run a STEM club, science and technology club for middle schoolers in Siler City at the Alliance on Saturday mornings. So we're doing that as volunteers for communities and schools, Chatham County. So we have a lot of fun doing like fun, cheap projects with the kids there.
Give me a specific fun project, because when you say fun project, it can mean anything.
All right, so like they really love the marble roller coaster.
Okay.
So parents out there,
what is a marble roller coaster?
Parents out there, here's what you can do. Go to the store, buy some 1-inch foam pipe insulation and cut it in half.
All right.
Right, so it's in 2 pieces. The inside of that is a nice little curve like that. And you can roll a marble down that. And you can tape these things together and end up with 30 feet of marble doing this stuff, going all over or whatever, and the kids have a ball, right?
All right, kids, do not pull the piping insulation out of
No, don't do that.
Don't do it out of your parents'
It's cheap
house.
enough to go buy.
Yeah, there's a Lowe's here, or you can actually find a Walmart too.
Yeah, but I mean, we build towers out of paper and tape and bridges and little houses and well, we do what do you call it? Crypto ciphering and stuff like that. We do little circuits. We make little bristlehead robots.
So you're creating future techies.
We're hoping.
Okay.
Right. So my belief is that for a lot of kids, there's one moment in time, or maybe 2 or 3, that changes their lives. And I think what we're trying to do is suggest to kids that there's a whole extra set of things they didn't know about they might find cool and interesting. Maybe this is a different job that they might like to have. So we talk about our jobs and we do it, you know, it's all fun. It's like,
what was your one moment besides failing calculus?
No, well, I actually haven't answered this question.
Okay.
So, so my dad worked at a bank and I watched what he did, and he's like, had the big manual,
I remember those.
Adding machine and columns of numbers, and I was like, I knew I didn't want to do that. That looked extremely boring. And so I spent a weekend with my uncle and his family. My uncle was an electrical engineer, and he had all this cool stuff in the house, and you know, he had all sorts of things he had arranged in the house, like a light switch to turn all the lights in the whole house on. I don't know why I found that cool.
You didn't have to say, hey, Alexa?
No.
Alexa wasn't around.
Yeah, this was like way back.
Did he say, hey, Bernie, touch this wire?
No. But it was a cool, he's a cool guy. I said, oh, I don't know, that's engineer. So I went back home and I'm like, Dad, who makes more money, you or Uncle Bob? And my dad goes, well, I'm sure Uncle Bob makes more money. And I was like, I'm going to be an engineer.
There you go.
So, like, I like science and math already. I said, well, you have to be an engineer. You need to know science and math. Could I be an engineer, Mom and Dad? Yeah, you could be one of those. So at like 10 years old or younger, I decided that maybe I want to do that, right? When I do, another thing that we do is career days, right? So we do, we volunteer for the school system at different schools to come in and give like a kind of a tech career day. We'll bring in 5 or 6 different people that have different tech backgrounds. We'll talk to them. And what we're hoping is that somebody who wanted to do whatever the only job they ever heard of is whatever their mom or dad did.
Or their people in their neighborhood.
Or their uncle or something like that, or their friend. We would like to give them other choices, right? Because sometimes those choices aren't maybe the best ones, right? We'll say, oh, here's another set of things, you know, you like this? Could you do that? Could you see yourself doing it? So, you know, our intent is to try to make sure that maybe great future engineers and scientists don't go and do something else because they just never heard about it, right?
So it's possible that 20, 30 years from now, someone could be in a engineering position in part thanks to the interest that they developed through Innovate Chatham.
I certainly hope so. I think that's definitely doable. So, you know, we try to give like very positive encouragement about specifically what the kids are doing, right? Like, for example, the engineering loop of you design it, you make it, you test it, you find out it doesn't work, you do it again. You don't call that a failure. You go, where the next time I'm going to do this. Well, why are you going to do that? How is that going to help? How is that going to help? Whatever. And oh, that's a great first run. You did great, even though your tower fell over immediately. What would you do to stop that? How is it failing? Look and see, how is your tower failing, right? Can you stop it from failing, right? So anyway, that just getting that mindset in there, that could be useful for a lot.
So you're not just looking, you're not looking at a failure and going, oh my gosh, a failure. You're looking at, okay, it didn't work. What can I do to fix that?
No. So I found out that kids raised today, for whatever reason, everything's about a grade. And at some point, if they don't get a grade, they feel like they haven't done anything, right? And if they get a failing grade, they feel like they have failed. And like, that's just, it really breaks my heart, right? So it's like, you know, maybe you didn't fail, maybe your teacher failed you, or maybe you just didn't have access to the extra information that everyone else had, right? Or maybe you fell asleep in class and you just didn't pay attention, right? But it should be like, your first attempt wasn't successful, let's try again until you get it right, right? So, you know, I have a certain set of philosophy. I taught engineering for 20 years, right? So I have a certain idea about the way things should go, and I think that kids should be given projects to learn how to do things and keep doing them until they get them, until they're successful in learning about the things that went into those projects, right? And not be given a grade. So we get the kids, and they're like, hey, this is not school, and you know, today's the career day, and I'm learning things, but there's no tests, right? So like
so if they get tired of watching the marbles loop around, there's other things that they.
Oh, we never run out of things to do, right?
Somehow with you, I didn't think they would. All right, so we got about three minutes
STEM
left.
Club, science fairs.
Okay.
We do science fairs. If you want to volunteer for Innovate Chatham, we can try to set you up with some volunteer doing those things. Science fairs, judging science fairs, I should say. Career days. Another thing is Chatham Tech Talk. So we do programs like the one in January, the public meetings, but we also have other, like maybe a little more like fun projects. We did a telehealth project, telehealth meeting last month. We've done it before on like do-it-yourself fiber installation. We've done cybersecurity talks. So these are public events. People can join.
Well, if they sign up through Eventbrite, it also gives you an opportunity to get that on that email list, and you will get notification. I get notification, and that's what I sign up for as well.
Yeah. So you'll find out about our events, and come to our events, and you can learn more about us. Mentors. There's a desperate need for math tutors all the time. 100% of the time, they cannot get enough math tutors. So if you're interested in doing that, we'll hook you up. If you don't know how to do that, or you don't know if you can do that or not. And we also do occasionally events where we'll directly help people, for example, get discounts on their internet and sign up for free computers and things like that. So
you sound like a great resource. Let's wrap this up with this question. What's the best part about being president of Innovate Chatham?
I'll always like telling people something they didn't know and watching them go, I didn't know that.
So you're an aha kind of guy.
Yeah, I love the aha.
You like the ahas. All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. We're also going to put this out onto YouTube. Burney's here, and he's been a fantastic president. We'll also provide some links so you're able to see that. Thank you so much for watching, both on the live stream on Facebook and also on YouTube. Burney, thank you so much.